Hello, my name is Ivan Canete, and I'm a garden fairy. Just to give you a history of the garden fairies here at MCC Toronto, they've been around for at least 25 years, as long as I've been here. And they've been a string of volunteers throughout those years, and they've tended the gardens in and around the grounds here at MCC. And they've been keeping the grounds beautiful throughout those years. Now, obviously, during the pandemic, it was difficult to upkeep during those times. Richard, Alan, and Mark really did as best they could to keep the grounds updated during those times. So when things kind of opened up, I kind of came in to see if I could help rejuvenate the grounds. Now, I belong to another organization that really focuses on native plants. Native plants are resilient to this particular environment. They have developed specifically for this ecosystem. They feed the pollinators that actually live here. They feed the animals that actually live here, and they've evolved to be resilient to the diseases and the pests, and it really works with the environment. And they're just as beautiful as the commercial kind of plants that you would find in the garden centers around. So why not have something that's beautiful, and why not have something that really promotes the ecosystem and is drought tolerant? So let's have something in our gardens that does both and really creates a great environmental message for that. It's something that is not something that we can do overnight. It's going to take some time. So this is a long-term project, and just as anything at MCC, it can take time, but it's worth it. So I'm going to show you what we're looking at and what we're going to do long-term. So you come here on any given Sunday, and you'll see this lush, dark green vine cover here. People call it periwinkle. You might see it in the store called vinca. People love it. Gardeners love it because it creates a nice, thick ground cover, but unfortunately it's very invasive. Our team is going to take the next year or so to really pull this out and eradicate this, because it does threaten the ravine system close by. So we are going to, that's one of the things we're going to pull out from the garden. This is a plant which is actually native, and people think it's goldenrod, but people actually mistake it for another plant, which is ragweed, which is not, which people think is the thing that causes allergies, but it's not. So we are going to keep this in the garden. It brings lovely color this late in the summer and into the autumn. So enjoy. This is a telltale sign that these are native plants. And we actually got these little seedlings from a seed exchange from Winchester Public School just down the street. Look at this. This is fantastic. Look how beautiful this is. And the bees are buzzing. They're loving it. And, you know, pollinators can't have enough food. Did you know that cactus are not only in the desert in the United States? Ontario has its own native cactus. This is a prickly pear. And this is our one and only native cactus, and we have one here. Obviously, this is probably the most sunniest spot in the garden, so we're going to see how it does. Okay, you'll see a lot of these stalks popping up throughout the garden. This is milkweed, and yes, the last word is weed, but for us, we love it because milkweed is what the monarch butterfly likes to feed on, and they like to lay their eggs for that. So I don't know if I see any eggs on this one, but we want to make sure that they are able to do that so they can I don't see any here, but it's important for them. They are very important as a pollinator, and they travel back and forth between Canada, United States, and Mexico. Don't pull these out in your garden. Keep them up there. They're very important. They're not weeds. They're beautiful plants, and they actually do have pretty flowers too. So we're going to keep them on our garden. Check them out when you're here on the grounds of MCC.